I want him looking to kind of be a bit feel of me and be aware of me. If I ask him to back up here, I want him backing up. If I just ask him to drop his head a bit lower, I want him dropping his head lower. If I ask him just to move his front end through, there should be a softness about it. I should hardly have to ask anything of it. Just me changing my body language should be enough for him to make a change in what he's doing. Back up with your front end. Back up with your hind end. With your front end and your hind end. Oh, you're going to get it. Good boy. I want to have that softness in it. If you look at this halter rope, it's going to weigh nothing. I want him getting, using feel, reading my body language and sort of responding to it. So I can direct him the way I want him to go and just bring the life up in him. If I want him to canter, I want to bring that life into it. I just want him to lope around. If I want him to stop, I just come back out here and I'll stop him. Bring him over here. Bring him over here. Let him lunge me for a little bit. I see so many people lunging their horses like this. Chop, chop. Don't chase behind it, chase the front end. There you go. And what I'm looking for here is softness. Again, it's not about the exercise, it's about the principle, it's about the communication, it's about what I'm trying to ingrain into him. I want him to be really soft. I want to get him to the point where me dropping my hand down here is enough for him to drop his head all the way to the ground. That's how soft this horse is. I don't even need to touch his head to get him to drop it. Think how much, we're forcing our horses to take on that position in the pole. Whereas, it's possible to get your horse to drop his head. Embarrassing. Drop his head with the minimum amount of pressure, just a touch, just a feel. You can put pressure on him like this, and that's enough to get him to move away from you. That's how soft a horse is. Touch him here. I know, you like the hat, don't you? You always like that. Touch him here, and that's enough to make him bow. No, that's wrong cue. Don't do that. That's for later. You're showing too much. Go on. What I'm saying is that we kind of treat them like big sort of rhinoceroses, real heavy-skinned animals, and they're so sensitive. You know you're sensitive because you spend a fortune putting fly rugs on it. You spend a fortune spraying them with fly spray. They can feel a fly on them. That's how sensitive a horse is. So why do we feel the need to half haul them to death and kick them in the guts to make our point? No. Someone once told me, riding a horse is like speaking to someone in a funny foreign language. Okay, assume that person speaks a bit of English. Okay? You might just need to speak a bit slower. You might need to ask the question and allow them to process it. What you don't want to do is shout in English in a funny accent. And we've all done it. Do you know the way to the library? I don't know, I said library. Where did we go to a library? To the bus stop. Bus stop, my dad's the best route in Greece. Today we go on bus, yes? I said, what are you talking like that for? Speaking Greek. I said, no, you're not. You're speaking English with a funny accent. I digress. The point is that he may understand you. He may just be having a little think about it. You may not quite get it. You may have to put things. You're going to roll. Don't do that, Top Gun. Get his feet moving again. He may just need a little bit of time to work it out. But this is how soft you can get a horse if you try. You take the time. And this is a 5-year-old horse. This is what you want to be striving for right from the beginning.
2.5 years. Yep.
And any horse can become like this. It doesn't matter if you've got a sort of a native bred horse like we had earlier, or a thoroughbred like him, or a big Shire horse. They're all capable of that softness. Because a horse is naturally soft. He's naturally sensitive. He's been evolved like that for thousands of years to be soft and sensitive. You've just got to use that to your advantage. Take what God gave a horse and use it rather than fighting against it all the time, rather than thinking, trying to bully them into it. Gain their respect, gain their confidence. Oh, big dog, good boy. Put it to them in a way they understand. And if you've got that respect, if you've got that confidence, it just boils down to communication. You can achieve anything with a horse. I saw an article, this guy, he's trained horses for the stunt world. He taught a horse to be buried alive. He'd lay in a hole, put a tarp over the top of it, and put sand over the top of that, and he had to teach the horse to get up out of the sand. And he did that. They took 15 takes to get it. And this horse kept doing it, doing it, and doing it. Because that horse had so much respect, and so much confidence for its handler, that he was prepared to do anything. You know, and that's what's possible. If you take the time to try and get there. Okay, well we're going to get on the ride, just because you're itching to be ridden. Aren't you? I always like these demonstrations because the dog always goes so much better during them. I think he needs 100 people coming to watch him in the arena because he gets bored easy. I'm just going to stick a set of reins. I'm going to divide him in the halter because I want him just going to shove it as possible, just in a head collar. I say possible, he might go absolutely terribly now. So he's strapping a pair of split reins on here. Oh, I forgot to show you. This is what I prepared earlier. Sorry. Another thing that you want from a horse, obviously, is to make sure that he's not scared of you. And I'm just going to demonstrate the level of confidence I've got in this horse. So see his head come up. He's got enough faith in me now just to stand still. So we can swing this around him. And he stands still because it doesn't mean anything to it. Okay? We do this, he leaves. And that's about sensitivity. That's about him understanding what I want. You know, I can point the way I want him to go, and he leaves. And at the same time, I can flap around like a madman, and it doesn't mean anything, so he stands still. Some rigid plastic's not the scariest thing you can do to a horse. I know you don't like it, you never have. You trust me, don't you? You sound pissed off. Okay, just going to get one up for the final time. Make sure we're not going to fall. I know you don't like that either. Move you over. You've got a sense of humour in this horse, I'll give him that. He usually wanders off when I'm doing the demonstration. He wants to try to kick me. He thinks you all came to see him. Maybe you did, to be fair. Him and the mouse. We've got baby on this vein, so now I've got reins to feel like. Good, let's get this knitting out your road, Top Gun, so you can perform for these good people. Okay. So the first thing, before I get on the horse, is soften him laterally. Same as I was before. That's good. Give there a little bit. Give there a little bit. Give there a little bit. So it doesn't matter that I'm riding a horse that I've ridden maybe 500 times compared to a horse I've ridden once. I ask the same things. I get soft there in the pole. I get it soft there laterally. I get it soft here laterally. Okay, and that's what I want. I'm going to work on his shoulders. I'm going to start him to move his shoulder over. I might just back him up here a little bit. I might just move his shoulder and back him at the same time. Again, I'm looking for that softness. I want to be able to pick up a leg and put it down. So I want to be able to pick up his right hind leg and move it over. Left hind leg, move it over. Right hind leg, left hind leg, right hind leg, left hind leg, right hind leg. Don't worry, it's going to be on for now. The left hind leg. I want to be able to move his right shoulder, left shoulder, right shoulder, left shoulder. I want to be able to move his rib cage so I can side pass him over here. I want to be able to side pass him over here. I want to be able to have real good control over every area of him. 5 areas to a horse, and I touched on this before. You've got your head and neck, you've got your horse's poll, you've got your horse's shoulder, your horse's rib cage, and your horse's hip. There's no more to it than that. They're the things you've got to get control over. Sounds easy. Then it's just a matter of combining them to get the job done. So see, I'm just walking around here, I might just collect him up in the pole and move his shoulder over at the same time. And pick it up and I can just move over. You can have a look at it on the way past. Anyone you don't like? What about her? Scary, ain't it? Ooh. I was not in particular. Just for gags, just for gags. So he's just going to have a good look at everyone. If I come down here screaming in a second, get out of the way, he's not part of the show. He's running loose. We'll move over. Now, I've touched upon a little bit on what Top Gun does on a daily basis. When I'm working another horse, obviously I need to have one hand spare, so you could be able to neck train a little bit and follow it around. So I might be working that horse and I might be lunging him. So my horse needs just to be able to lunge underneath me here like this. Keep stepping around. Keep stepping around. That horse might go back, just need to pick him up and get him going backwards. Stepping around again. You know, moving forward. Come back over here and do the same thing to the right. I'm going to have real good control over these feet, and I'm going to be able to do it just with little subtle signals with my reins and with my hands. If your horse has got enough feel of you, you should be able to stop him and make him back up with no reins at all. Maybe move to the left. Stop him. Back him up, move him to the right. This is riding with feel. This is getting my horse to get that feel on me, that softness. So I'm not having to pull on him and kick on him. He's sort of almost telepathic. He can feel me on top of me. He can feel that little change. See, when I'm riding him around now, he can feel me looking straight and he can feel me looking left. I just think I'm doing something different. We'll get your nose tip. There you go. He can feel me looking left. So I search around, search around, search around. Stop. Search around to the right. Stop. Move him off again. Like I said, he's feeling on me all the time. I'm only giving him slight cues with the hand. I might just pop him into the canter. He's getting spooky. He always gets spooky. Just ask him to stop. Roll him to the right. Ask him to stop. I just ask him to make a smaller circle for left.